Hi guys, if you're getting something out of this content, feel free to like and subscribe. Somebody asked me to do a video about parental alienation, so I did some research, and here is a short video. I'm going to do some more research and do more videos, but what is parental alienation? Well, it's the psychological manipulation that one parent uses against the other to cause the child to reject the other parent. This child ends up feeling that the other parent is bad. And this is something that narcissists do. Normal people sometimes do it too in divorce, but narcissists are key. They're very good at doing this. Sometimes they can do it in a very subtle way, that they send sort of these subtle, covert messages to the child about the target parent being unreliable, or that they don't love them, but it can be very subtle, or the other parent is just a loser, or however they do it. They can often start to try to control the contact between the child and the alienated parent. They can do this by limiting the communication. They can do things like schedule doctors and dentist appointments on the days that the child is supposed to be with the other parent, limiting contact, showing up late, making plans, somehow just making plans so the other parent doesn't get as much time with the child. They will try to replace and erase the targeted parent. Sometimes they do this by getting a new parental figure, a new step parent or a new boyfriend or girlfriend that they put in the parent's place, and they basically try to present that person as the new parent, right? Sometimes they will have the child spy on the targeted parent and gain information, look at their cell phone, get information, spy at them when they're in the alienated parent's home. They can undermine the authority of the targeted parent. They tend to gaslight and manipulate their children. They can badmouth the alienated parent. And again, this can be very subtle. It's not necessarily an overtly insulting. It can be like, oh yeah, they're always late, or oh yeah, they, didn't pay their child support, or just, inappropriate snide comments. Oftentimes the kid will side with the toxic parent because basically they've been brainwashed to do so. And they almost have a reflective response to defend the toxic parent. Sometimes when the child is questioned about their intense feelings of negativity, like towards the alienated parent, they don't have very good rationalizations. They tend to be absurd or somewhat almost frivolous. They don't have really good reasons why they feel the way they do. The toxic parent will often work hard on a smear campaign towards the alienated parent. Sometimes this is very subtle, and it comes again in the form of undermining the authority or decisions, or it can be overt and hostile. The toxic parent is basically trying to interfere with the positive relationship between the child and the alienated parent. They may be telling the child inappropriate details of the court case or of what's going on in the parent's life, rather than, just trying to protect the child. One parent may listen in on conversations between the child and the alienated parent, listen in on the phone, or control the communication. They really try to limit communication, and they do this deliberately. This is not the case where a narcissist will discard their family and their children and just make no effort to communicate honestly with integrity to the child. That's a different scenario. That's just the narcissist doing their discard, and they can do that to children, they can do that to parents or to their ex-spouse. And something you can do to really prevent this is, I think that one of the biggest things you can do is don't talk about it, just focus on a positive relationship between, if you're the alienated parent, focus on creating and building a positive relationship with your kid. I shouldn't say don't talk about it, because I'll give you some tips on how to talk about it if you're going to, but in general, the more time you spend with them, the more loving you are, the more consistent, the more reliable, the more you're showing up as a parent for that kid, your actions are going to speak louder than the toxic person's words. So focus on investing and showing that kid that you love them, you are reliable, you are consistent, you are there for them no matter what. And you be that parent that you know that you can be. And I know this can be very difficult because you're swimming upstream against a very strong current. And if you are going to talk to them about it, one way you can talk to them is, allow them agency. Be like, well, how do you feel? What do you think is going on? Or why do you think they would say that? And how do you feel about that? And really check in with your child's feelings, because the toxic parent doesn't care about the child's feelings. They don't care about the emotional life of the child. So they're not really asking those kind of questions. You can be like, that's really unfortunate that they said that. What are your thoughts on that? And ask the kid. Let them express the way they feel about what's going on, rather than telling them you shouldn't feel that way, or that's not what happened, or whatever. Rather than defending, you can respond to the child by really allowing them agency to come up with their own conclusions. And people are smart. I think kids are smart, and even though sometimes they can absolutely be alienated, I think if you build love and consistency and kindness and decency, and you keep being a good parent no matter what, then again, your words or your actions are going to overshadow the negative brainwashing, I think, that's happening. And I realize this is a short video and it's not, completely deeply researched. I'm going to do more videos on this. I'm going down this rabbit hole, but I'm so sorry if you're out there and you are a product or a victim of this. That's super unfortunate. I know it's very, very damaging to children, but keep loving them, keep being a good parent, nurture that relationship, make it good. Keep in consistent communication with them, and you be an amazing parent for them. And that, I think, will, when they grow up, they will benefit more from that than anything else. So I hope you're having a great day and thriving and doing radical self-care. Bye-bye.